What up, D?
We got it?
We on. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. It looks sunny out there. Are you in Florida?
Miami, your place.
Yeah, yeah. I decided I'm too old to go down there right now because I wouldn't be able to stay inside, man. I'd go outside. There you go. I'd be outside partying, and then all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah, I know how it goes. I've already had it twice, so I feel okay.
Okay. Well, you had it twice, really?
Well, I got tested officially once, but I know I had it in March. I had it officially in August. I had the same symptoms in March, thought I had it, but I never officially got the test.
God is good, man. God, you're good. So listen, man. Let's talk about what you're doing. What you're doing for Americans, small businesses, and you're trying to also make sure that people who are also African American owned businesses are aware of what you're doing. Tell me about it right now. Let everybody hear about it. And I'm going to repost this on several platforms to make sure that people know about how you're doing, God's work and how people can also support you and get more funds over to you so you could deploy more funds.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So we started this thing. I went on a rant when they closed indoor dining in New York City. And it was basically like, I don't know how these, restaurants are going to survive because you're not letting them make a living, earn a living. You're not giving them any money. If you can't get money in and you can't serve your customers and there's no financial relief, you're just not going to make it. So I went on a rant. Marcus Lemonis.
Lamonis,
Yeah, Lemonis. So he
great
called me
Greek
out.
guy.
Yeah, so he basically was like, "Hey, Big Mouth, put your money where your mouth is. If you donate 500 grand, start a fund and get something done." So I was like, "All right, you know what? He's got a point. I'm doing a lot of talking, but I haven't done anything." So I donated 500 grand, start a fund, asked for donations, asked for help, and people have been coming in. We've raised about $9 million so far
Damn.
in a week, and we're looking for small businesses, all sorts that are affected by basically the pandemic. Only two requirements. One, you were running a successful business before this thing started. So it proves once the pandemic's over, you can go back to running your business. Two, your payroll's on. So you're paying your employees. Those are the two major things. So not only help the business owners, but help the employees as well.
Now, if they had gotten already PPP, does that affect their ability to get the funds or no?
No, we take that into account, but a lot of people burn through the PPP. It's like,
Yeah,
great,
sure.
he did a little bit. Obviously, if you're a smaller business that didn't get it and you're more desperate, that may favorable. But it's the story, it's the video, it's whatever is going on with it plays a big part. So we get the emails, we get the stories, and then we are deploying the money instantly. So we get all these people put in, and then I FaceTime them. I'm like, "You've been accepted into the Barstool Fund." And from that moment, and by the way, we're not just giving them the money and then disappearing. We're giving them the money as long as this pandemic goes on, whether that's 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. Because what's the point of giving them money if you're just going to disappear and they're going to be out of business? It's a waste for everybody. So we're with you throughout the pandemic. Like I said, we've raised about 9 million. We place the phone call and we get the funds to these people instantly, like 24 to 48 hours. They have the money in their account and they can go on doing their business. And I reached out to you because, Barstool, I'm a white middle class guy. Most of the people we reach, so the majority of the people reaching out for these money, if we have 10,000 emails, 9,950 of them have been from, actually, we've had minorities. We just haven't had a lot of African American businesses. I know you're huge
Right.
with that. So it's like, let's get the message out because we want to help every business across every, demo here.
No, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I email it to my database. So, because I did Black Entrepreneurs Day that you guys supported, where I gave away almost $300,000, in that one shot. But I'm going to email it out to them. But how do people right now submit to you? Do they just tell me the process?
So you go to barstoolfund.com and there's both there ways for you to donate. And there's also ways for companies who need it. And you just send an email to barstoolfund@barstoolsports.com, tell your story, and make a video with the owner. The owner needs to be, for the most part, we've had daughters or relatives, but we need to feel the story. It's very important, that part, because the emotion of seeing these owners and the burden that is relieved, that's what's generating the donations. What I think we've done almost more than the money is we've really put a face to these small businesses and the stress and the devastation that they're under. I mean, it's really heartbreaking. And then to see the happiness when, and they're not even always huge sums. And what's crazy, you're probably the same way, Daymond. A lot of these small businesses don't even want the money. It's like they do, but it's like, listen, I've been running a successful, I don't want handout, I don't want charity, I'll give it back to you. We just need a
Right.
way to bridge the gap to get through this thing.
How did you identify that not as many African Americans or very little African Americans were there? Because you were seeing the videos themselves and you were seeing that it wasn't a person of color?
Correct. So we look at all the videos and we're getting 10,000 of them. And, you know, when you start, we did it like a super cut. And, you know, we have a lot of women, believe it or not, but it's all white, white, white. And we have had a bunch of Mexican restaurants, but white, 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 you put it together. We're not dumb. We're like, we gotta get some African Americans in here. So we started actually looking for them and couldn't find them. So we couldn't even find them. We were literally looking through. We had Wallow and Gilly put out a request, you know, to their community. We're just not getting the nomination. So, you know, there's nothing we can do if they're not there. We don't know how to do it. That's why I want to try to. I just get the message.
No problem. So I'm going to hit up Fat Joe and a couple of people, and I understand, you know, probably a lot of times African Americans are feeling like, well, I'm not in a position to do it, or their pride, or whatever the case is. But I also love the fact that you are highlighting that, you know, this is not a handout. A lot of people are very proud. They want to give it back, but also certain segments of the market are just not aware of what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. And when you see people giving you donations, a lot of people feel they have to be able to give $1,000, $2,000. There's $5, $10. It just adds up. Are you seeing that?
Big time, yeah. So we have over 75,000 people have donated to this thing to make up the 9 million. Probably the biggest donation is myself, the 5. We've had a bunch of ones like Pat McAfee just came in for 200 grand. So those are the general. But when you think of the population and how many people in the country, if you give $10 and you can get the message out, and again, once people see this money is going right to work. There's no red tape. There's no bureaucracy. 100% of it's going right to these business owners. $10 adds up. It's just getting that over that steam, because unfortunately, while 9 million sounds like a lot, we're never going to be raised enough money that helps everybody. There's just too. That's a government issue. Like that's a bill.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the government has raised giving away trillions, and it was still. So
correct.
yeah.
So it's like
Right.
It sounds like a lot. Every penny really does matter.
All right. So in closing, they go to where? Barstool what?
Barstoolfund.com.
Barstoolfund.com. I appreciate you, D. Thank you for reaching out to me during your time off to get this message out to everybody, and thank you for helping small businesses and Americans.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on. Get the message out.
You got it, brother.
Next time Miami, you'll got to be here.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
There you have it. Whether you're African American or not, and you need the funds, there you know where to submit. If you do know an African American business that is not aware of this, please tell them. Please let them know. They are like all of us. You know, small businesses are the backbone of our country. If you want to donate, please donate $5, $10. It adds up like crazy. And if you are in need of the funds yourself, please submit. Let's hear your story. Because not only hopefully you'll get the funds, but people will hear your story and they'll get behind you in various other ways. This is the time to highlight and bring great people up to the forefront where people can see, all the amazing work that you're doing. Somebody said, Joe, where am I? How much am I donating? Don't you think I'll bring the guy on and not donate? But I don't have to brag about donating. My work is already out there on all the stuff that I'm doing, and you don't have to also brag about donating. It's kind of like those people out there who give somebody a sandwich, but yet they have their camera on them shooting and filming the homeless person that not only has to take the sandwich, but has to be on video. So if you're donating and saying things like that just to say you did it, you're doing it for the wrong cause. Do it because your heart really feels compelled to do it, and you know that it's paying it forward. All right, so who else am I going to bring on right now? I'm going to bring on Eric Patrick Thomas. That's my man. Here he goes right there. Eric Patrick Thomas, I see you, brother. I'm going to bring on another small business owner. Boom!
Boom! What's up, man?
My man, Eric Patrick Thomas. How you doing, brother?
What's up? What's up? My dad's here with me. He's with me today.
What's up,
Daymond? How are you, buddy?
How you doing? All right, so everybody, listen. You just saw Dave, right, Eric? And I know you're a big fan of Dave, right?
Yeah, One slice, man. One slice.
One slice. You're doing great. And a lot of people, well, people who follow me know you. A lot of people don't know you. Obviously, as we can see you right now, you know, you have your brand Inspire that I love to wear. I know that it's backwards because when you're on IG, it flips it, unfortunately. You know, you're out there inspiring people. Tell me about your brand and tell me about this thing that you had. You wanted to interview 23 people, I believe, by the end of this year. And tell me the story. Tell me why and why we're watching you.
Well, September 20th was 23 years life after injury. So after, 23 years since I've been shot, paralyzed from the neck down. And so I wanted to make a goal. I always try to celebrate it. And I said, I'm going to get interviewed by 23 different people by the end of the year. So right before September 20th, it was like, that's it. It's going to be podcast, radio, TV, just interview. And I'm almost there. I got 2 more after this. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get there. We're going to get there. If not, we're going to get 24.
Tell me about the Inspired brand, man. Tell me why you created it and tell me what you're doing now and just give me some story. Listen, I don't know if people understand that what you just said. You got paralyzed from the neck down. You were outside at a party, I believe, and a stray bullet hit you. And you always say a day is a good day. Since the pandemic, you and I have been talking, and I think you were bedridden for how long? Even before the pandemic started?
Yeah, since March 1st, 2018, I spent about 820 plus days in bed from a bone infection in my body. It put a hole in my body, and it healed up, and then it moved to another location, and that opened up. Then that closed up for about 8 months, and then it opened up again. Right when I came home from my caregiver's house, 2 days after, Taco Tuesday, actually 22 weeks from today, my whole opened up in my body, and I spent another 18 and a half weeks on bed rest. So here I am in the wheelchair again, back up and mobile.
How do you find that power to struggle to push through those things? Because think about what you just how many days were you laying in the bed and you could not literally get out of the bed?
Well, a total of the duration was about 820 days.
820 days, and then you know what you say to people? Yo, here I am, back up in the wheelchair, right? Yeah. And most people would say that's a problem.
You know, that's funny. I just said that the other day, that I was excited to be able to get back up in the wheelchair, not the bed, but the wheelchair. And it's like, I'm in the wheelchair. Let's take on the world. Let's rock and roll. Let's get it mobile. You know?
Where can people get inspired? Like, what's the URL?
Inspireshirt.com. Inspireshirt.com.
Inspireshirt.com. Now, how do you? Oh, I guess you're because you have to drive you move your wheelchair through that device going into your mouth, right?
Yeah. The hard puff forward, hard sip backwards, soft puff right, soft sip left. So get it in your hand with the song. Hard puff forward, hard sip backwards, soft puff right, soft sip left. Yep.
Now, I remember I flew you out to Shark Tank, and I remember seeing you doing donuts in the middle of the Shark Tank hallway. How did you do that?
I put it in first, so I give it a hard puff, and then a hard sip, and just keep continuously sipping, puff it, puff, puff, puff.
Man, you were spinning out.
I was spinning out. I thought I was going to lose control, but I kept it. You don't even know. I was like, whoa, don't turn on the set. Yeah, I'm the only person. I even called it an E-spin. The only person in Shark Tank history to do a wheelchair burnout.
That's all good. That's all good. Let me ask you something. What do you, with all this shit going on in the world, and everybody is, people are losing lives, people are losing faith, people are seeing who their real friends are, they're losing their businesses, they are homeless right now. And you moving forward in the next year, and you've dealt with so many obstacles in your life. What would you say to people to look forward to in the next year, and how to keep focused on the good things or the things that, they're blessings? And it's very hard sometimes for a person to find blessings during times like this?
Well, I mean, you just said it all. You said some people aren't living anymore. So we got to live for them. We got to live for the people that didn't make it. We're survivors. And we're going to live for them. You know, start planning out your goals. Figure out what you want to achieve in 2021. You know, what's important? Your why, your how. You know, why are you doing it? What's getting you up in the morning? What's driving you to work, you know, 20 hours or 8 hours, or, you know, not eating and working. And so, you know, focus on that. Know that there's hope. The storm doesn't last forever. The sun will shine. You know, I would just say, get your plans together. Just be ready. Be ready to do the things and learn from whatever we had to do. But like we just had like a 9-month pause. So exactly what was really important that you thought was important, maybe not as important anymore. So maybe there's some new things that you learned. Maybe it's traveling or something that you're not going to do as much. You're going to stay home more, or maybe you're going to do, you know, go visit family more, or make more phone calls, check on people. All the things that we said that we wanted to do before this happened, let's continue and do it. You know, don't wait for some other tragedy or some kind of catastrophic, you know, event to happen to say you're going to do better. Let's all do better. Let's all learn from it. We survived it. Let's come back. Let's do better because we know better.
Yeah, you know, I see on here, you know who I see? I see Cindy, the Pink CEO, totally inspiring woman. Of maybe I can get her to do one of your interviews with you before the new year is over. But maybe also, Cindy, if you are still watching, maybe she can jump on here with me after you, because she's also inspiring and absolutely amazing. So let me ask some. You know, I know we've talked about it before in the past. You know, what do you call your community? Because throughout the whole thing of social injustice, African American, the Me Too movement, the government talking about immigration and various other things, you say your community is called the what?
Well, it's the disability community.
But it's the
You know,
invisible community, you call it, right?
oh yes. Thanks for reminding me. And I just feel invisible, and that's just because of misrepresentation. There's not enough representation. There's not enough people with disabilities that are in office, that are in, you know, business owners being, you know, represented, writers, movies, people that are in the movies that actually have a disability, not playing that they have a disability. A lot of times there's actors that are playing the role of a person with a disability when they don't have the disability. There's people that actually have a disability that are good actors, but they're never getting that opportunity.
Yeah, I think The Rock had I think they criticized The Rock about that. It's kind of like in Tropic Thunder, how Robert Downey Jr. played the black man because they couldn't find another lead black man.
Yeah, it's starting to come, you know, like it's starting to be the narrative now, where people are starting to say, you know what, I'm not going to take that role because I know that there is someone that actually can fill that position. You know, so it's good. We've came a long ways. It's gonna take a lot more. You know, it's just continuous advocating, continuous awareness. You know, that's why I'm always telling my story and being visible that I can, whether it's at the polling location, out and about in the community, because we want to make sure that the community is being built, you know, with everyone involved. We don't want to be left out.
No, and 100%. I mean, a lot of people think of the disability as like, you know, maybe your case, but disability is everybody, right? It is a veteran who fought for this country, right? It is you or your parents who become a senior and some of your critical thinking and or critical abilities are no longer working. It is children who are born with handicapable aspects. So a lot of people, until it happens to them, until it hit home, they don't realize how the invisible community is a massive amount of people, and it can happen to anybody and everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it could be anything. It could be someone that's blind, deaf, you know, not able to be mobile,
Autistic,
dyslexic, all that.
dyslexic, yeah, absolutely. All right, brother. So listen, man, I'm really excited. You got any questions for me, man, before we hop off? Because, you know, this is supposed to be your interview with me, not me interviewing you. And Cindy, if you're on, please wait because I'm gonna grab you as well. Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
congratulations.
Wrong words. I'm going to call on you as well. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Congratulations to the new launch of Fufu. That's awesome. Everybody go check out that website. Check out PowerShift. Um, you know, you know me, I'm always promoting, man.
I know you, my brother.
You know, I mean, we talk all the time, so it's but I think that, you know, in closing of I think that you should at least leave us with a dad joke.
Well, you said that you had some jokes you want to share with me that I can use, but you said I couldn't use them because obviously they were a little more towards your community, but you can use them. Do you have any for me?
Oh, I have that one, you know, what are they, what is a zombie call what's a zombie call a person that uses a wheelchair?
What?
Meals on Wheels.
You're
You
horrible.
probably get slammed for it, you know that, right?
You're going to get slammed for it, not me.
I know, I said it. No,
Listen.
it's good. You know, you should be able to joke about anything, especially, you know, laughter's good. Do that. That's the other thing. That's another thing. Go laugh. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Laugh feels good. Feel good. Be happy. Love what you do. Don't stop.
Well,
And keep it busy.
I don't have one off the top of my head, but people send me in so many that I'm going to just really quickly look for one to bless you with. Really quick, and if I can't find it, then we'll move on from here. No, I can't find it. It's when you have a million pictures in your phone, and wait a minute, I think I found it. All right. I was really angry at my friend Mark for stealing my dictionary. I told him to mark my words. No, that's horrible. That's horrible. All right, this one. How does Moses? How does Moses? All right. How does Moses make his coffee?
Oh, he parts it. No, he splits it. Oh, go ahead.
He brews it.
Brews it. Oh, he brew.
Hebrew.
Brew.
Here's the best part about dad jokes. I don't care if you like them, everybody. I like them, and they're really entertaining to me.
That's the best way, man.
All right. All right, man. Listen, keep inspiring people, man. Obviously, you and I communicate all day, every day, and you inspire me to go out there and inspire others. The days that I'm having a down day, man, I think of you. I think all the things that you do and how we've become friends over the years, over social media. And I think you're absolutely amazing, man. And so inspiring.
Hey, man, thanks for all the support and stuff. Thanks for helping out.
You got it, brother. Always.
I look forward to picking you up in the new van, man.
All right. No problem. I'm down. You got to drive all the way to New York. You know what? One day when this is all over and I'm out there in Detroit, Michigan, or something like that, you'll pick me up and we'll hang out. We'll do donuts together in the van.
All right. I got it recorded.
All right. You got it, brother. Peace.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, listen. Let's see if I see Cindy here. But what a way to end the year. Talking to Dave, who is showing how community leaders are trying to find ways to give back with the help of the community and giving to the community, small business owners, and showing you a gentleman who's absolutely an inspiration to any of us who think that we're having a bad day. We ain't having a bad day. All right, so let's see if Cindy's here. Cindy, where are you? Maybe Cindy was not available, and maybe she was just viewing from a place where she doesn't want to be seen. Can't find her there. She bounced on me. All right, let's see if I can bring somebody else on, though. Let's see. Who else we can bring on here? Hey, there you go. There goes my view request. View request. Come on, come on, come on. Hit it. Hit the button. What up, Mike?
What up, Daymond?
How you doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. How you doing today?
Why were you on your fake account just now saying that
Hey,
stuff to me?
I'm just trying to test you and you passed.
How you doing, man? So listen, what's going on with you, man? Listen, everybody knows. Listen, I got my other two new ones, but this is the owner of Love Handles. I'm addicted to these things, as you all know. Saved me from my carpal tunnel. A lot of times, you guys don't realize you get carpal tunnel from just holding the phone all day like this. And this man came up with something that's a very simple solution, but it is powerful. What are you doing for the new year? What can people learn from you? How did you get through the pandemic? Did you get through the pandemic? Talk to me.
Yeah, it's been a bumpy ride. 2020, I think for everybody, right? We've all kind of been in this together, but the company's still here. We're still making our products in America, and that actually was a benefit for us this year. We're excited. We got our new Love Handle Pros launching. If anybody was watching that episode of Shark Tank and saw you pitch it, it was pretty cool. And if anybody wants to see it, that's it right there. It's got a kickstand built in. Perfect for an IG Live. I'm using it right now. I actually got it on the mount.
It also has a magnet to it, so it can stick to any metal as well. And by the way, unlike the pop things, whatever they are, you can slide this in your pocket without having this bulge hindering it from going into any of your pockets.
Yeah. And I got the coolest thing happen yesterday, Damon. A lady, we've got this review system on our site, and so people get to kind of get feedback, and it's not always positive, and we try to learn from the people that have something negative to say. But this one was, I tell people all the time in business, you can't be in it just for the money, right? You're not going to get out of bed every day if it's just about the money. And this story was special because a girl bought it for her mom who had just got through chemo and was having trouble hanging on to her devices because she wanted to FaceTime with her because she couldn't be around her due to COVID, but she just couldn't hold the phone up. And so she bought her Love Handle for Christmas, and she said it was everything she wanted it to be. And now she's able to have extended calls and conversations with her. And that just meant everything to me. So if any entrepreneurs out there, try to find that line of sight from like what you're doing to the benefit that you're offering to the world, because it makes all the difference. And then, those are the days when it's hard to get up out of bed. You can think about those people that you're impacting and the difference you're going to leave, because none of us are here forever. But if you can leave a positive mark like that, and then think about all the people you don't hear about, then it really provides a lot of fulfillment.
100%. I mean, listen, every entrepreneur here, and even I don't even want to call it entrepreneur, the people that work at companies, they feel like they're doing something for another reason, and they feel like they have, they've helped people. And it is those hard times that you circle back and you look at people, you go, man, that person acted like I gave them so much joy. I was just doing what I do. And right. It's really, really, really fulfilling. So absolutely amazing, man. Anything you could suggest for people right now who have small businesses moving into 2021? Because, 2021 is not going to be necessarily any different than 2020. Only IRS, I always say, cares about calendar years, right? So, I don't want people to be, I don't want them to be hoodwinked and go, all right, 2021, oh, what are you doing right now to prepare?
Well, I think for all of us, we're taking the time. I see this as 2020 was a blessing. It really was. And it's just a matter of like, your last guest you had on here, right? We all need to get a little bit of perspective. And there's always a negative way to look at, take your time, look back at 2020 and say, okay, some people might say, man, I wasn't able to go to work, and, I wasn't able to travel. But then the flip side of that is maybe you were able to spend a little extra time with your family, and maybe you learned a new way to do business and how to be more efficient doing virtual calls, or you took the time to take your business on pause that you wouldn't have otherwise had, and to refocus and build some plans. And that's what we've done. We've gone in and looked at how our systems work and what are procedures, and we've taken that time off, and we didn't just go sit on the sideline and feel sorry for ourselves. We took the opportunity to retool and regroup, and you know, the same thing applies going into 2021. If you think that all of a sudden, because the calendar flipped, that you're not going to have bumps in the road, then you're just wrong, because that's going to happen. And that's just the state of entrepreneurship. But if you have the mindset that you expect things to happen and that you just get back up, and, you know, you bring somebody on the team that doesn't work out, then fine, you know, like Barbara says, shoot the dogs early, move on, you know, keep growing and keep trying and experimenting. And if you keep up with that, like you said, that delta will grow between you and your competition, or you and those that were previously holding you back in life. So just, why not choose to be positive about it? Because what's the other alternative?
All right, brother. Well, it's really good to see you. Really great to hear what you're saying and or share this information with other people so they can use it for themselves, man. And thank you, brother.
I appreciate it, Daymond. Keep being a blessing for everybody. Doing great out there.
You got it. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.